Hello everyone, Shinobi here once again with another Awaken Chaos Era video. So today we are going to look at how to deal with Tulpa stage 12 and Witch of the Wind stage 12 using Levi and Eren respectively in a free-to-play way. But before we go there, let me remind my viewers, please smash that like button, okay? And of course, subscribe to my channel. It encourages me in making more videos and also gets me closer to that monetization requirement of YouTube. Right, so let's move ahead with the video. Let me first show you the team that I'm using for Tulpa. You know, the first one, as I said, it's going to be Levi. Of course, Levi has to be summoned, okay, during this period. You got only 2 more days, 2 more, or is it 3 more days left to get Levi through summons. It's a guaranteed summon, and that's why I consider him a slightly free to play. Okay, let's look at his stats. It's 4000 attack, 15,000 HP, 163 speed, 277 crit damage. That's it. Okay, crit damage is slightly higher. You only require around 250 to 260, but that's fine if you're able to get him to that level, because the attack rate, I have not given him more than 4500 attack. That's more than enough for this dungeon. Okay, 4000 attack is more than enough for this dungeon, so that's why I'm able to get that kind of a crit damage on him. Okay, so this is his gear. I've given him a curse set. That's because I want him to proc his bonus attacks as much as possible. It deals more damage. Then the next one I'm using is my Hitoshi. He's my wave clearer, and that's because Hitoshi is available for everyone, and he's like my wave clearer, and he only requires 70% crit rate, and that's why I'm able to increase his crit damage. Okay, so I'm using a warrior set and a raid set on him at this round, and he's got 4400 attack, 165 speed, 283 crit damage, and 73 crit rate. I have over crit rate him. Okay, but because he requires only 70% crit rate, you can give him 300, 320, maybe even 350 if you're doing his masteries. Okay, so that's my Hitoshi. The next two are elite heroes, and of course, if I want to make a free-to-play team, I need to use elite heroes. Okay, all right, so my favorite elite hero, Rodira. Okay, I used to like Charles, but after I've built up and done the masteries for my Rodira, she has now become my favorite hero as far as elites are concerned. And when the new Void Tower hard rotation comes in, I'll be certainly showcasing how good she is in Void Tower. Okay, we'll see. It'll depend upon the runes of the Void Tower, but I'll certainly show you how good she is there. Okay, so these are her skills, her stats. So she's got 20,000 HP, 212 crit rate, I'm blabbering, 212 speed, and 100% focus. Those are the 3 stats we are looking at. Because of her trade, she can give you an additional 20%. She can give herself an additional 20% HP. So we want to get her HP as high as possible, and of course give her as much of focus as possible. And the last hero I'm using is another of my elite heroes, Valuk. Okay, so he's a pretty strange hero. Used mostly, I used to use him up to in my Gemini Dragon dungeon, but here because I cannot use my Santis here, as Tulpa is a wood affinity dungeon, and Santis and Levi are going to be weak affinity out there. Tulpa is going to one-shot them, so that's why I'm using Valuk over here to give me some poisons. So if you look at his basic, he has got 50% chance to land a poison, so I'm going to lock his other skills. I don't need him to do his ultimate. He's got only 2 skills, so I don't want him to do his ultimate, just this basic as much as possible. And also his passive, his special is another passive that has got a 50% chance to deal a poison on an attacker if the attacker attacks an ally. Okay, so if If the boss attacks an ally, he's going to land that poison, but it's only 50% chance. So between his basic and his ultimate, there should be sufficient chance for us to get the poison on the boss. So this is his gear. I have placed him in a revival set so he can revive himself and revive his health. And he's got 21,000 HP, 127 focus. You do not require this high a focus or this high a health. Somewhere around 16,000 to 19,000 health is sufficient, and around 80 to 100% is sufficient for stage 12 in Tulpa. So let's quickly look at the Tulpa run. So this is the team. This is going to be faster because I'm using Hitoshi. I can use some other hero. I can use Carol. I can use any other fire hero. But because I'm using Hitoshi, it's going to be much faster as he's going to simply clear the waves. But at the stage, boss stage, I'll take a little bit more time because Hitoshi cannot one-shot those minions. Okay, they are pretty tanky. But so you can see how Levi is able to handle deal a lot more damage. So he does plenty of damage. Okay, he does plenty of damage over there, but I'm mostly relying on that poison by Valuk. You saw how the boss got poison for 2 turns because of the passive of Valuk, and that's what I'm relying more on. I want that poisons, as many poisons as possible. So as soon as the boss hits anybody, either an ally or Valuk, or if Valuk goes and hits him, I'm getting a lot of chance to deal that poison over there, right? So that's what I'm looking at, and as much as possible. And Rodira and Hitoshi and Levi out there are there to deal that additional damage, you know, that additional damage, especially with Levi's dodge out there. So because if he's able to dodge the attack, then he's going to do the counter attack, and so that deals a lot more damage. And also Levi's ultimate, it's an awesome one. I can get so much more damage. See, I was able to one-shot him. I was able to one-shot the boss simply because of Levi's ultimate. Okay, but this is not going to be consistent kind of one-shotting, but just to show you that even if that does not happen, you will still be able to clear that flow. I'm just going to do another run. Okay, you should not think that I'm using Levi and he's doing that his ultimate has procced and therefore I was able to finish the dungeon. No, it's not because of that. It's because of that I was able to finish it off faster, but I don't need that proc to finish off this run. It is just that I'm using Valuk over there, and because he's placing the poison over there, I can finish off this boss in a slow manner. Pretty slowly I can finish him off, but at the same time using Levi over there, I can get that ultimate to proc and I can finish it off in just a few rounds. Okay, so just have a look at it again. I'm not saying that we should not be looking for that proc from Levi. I'm not saying that that proc is not required at all. It's just that we do not actually require that proc to happen in order to finish this run off. We can still finish it off because of Valuk being there, and because Hitoshi, Levi, all the three people are dealing the damage slowly and are able to finish off the boss before the boss's Tulpic fervor gets to its max stack. Okay, so we do not have to worry about or think that because we will not get this proc, if we do not get the proc, this team is going to fail. No, this team is 100%. This team is 100%. It doesn't matter if the proc it procced again. Okay, I'm not going to do the run again, but yeah, you do not actually require the proc to finish it off. You can still finish it off without getting the proc, okay, with this same team. Okay, but Levi here is so wonderful. You know, that proc just clears it, makes it so much more easier for us. Okay, now we will look at the team for Witch of the Wind. So let me just switch my gear. Okay, so let's look at the team for Witch of the Wind, stage 12. I'm using my Eren, so he's slightly faster than what he was in Queen of Tides or in Ash Magisteria. Okay, so he's got 174 speed. I want him to go before the waves are moving, so I want all these heroes to move before the waves. Ideally, we will require a speed of 220 and above, so that we can, the speed difference between us and the boss is not much. Okay, 221 and above means we are faster than the boss. So that's what we require ideally, but at early game we will not be able to achieve that. So that's why I've concentrated on giving them just enough speed to go before the wave, up to stage 12. Okay, so 174 speed, 20,000 HP to, you know, tolerate those damage and the bleeds from the boss, and 4,200 attack. So I'm not interested in giving him a lot more attack. Of course, his crit damage is different. He's not 219, he's got 249 crit damage. Okay, so he's going to deal a lot more damage. And yeah, so that's my Eren. The same goes for my Tia. So I'm using Tia as well on this Witch of the Wind boss. So she's got 4,300 attack, 171 speed, 242 crit damage, and 56% focus. Okay, the third one over here is Santis. No change on her. She's going to have the same kind of HP and speed and focus. 18,000 HP, 187 speed, 89% focus. And finally, it is the free-to-play Rodira. All the three heroes, in fact including Eren, all of them are free to play. Okay, so this is the same stat as for my Rodira as was for Tulpa. There is no change for it. So let's go ahead and look at Witch of the Wind 12 to see if we are able to beat her with this flow. Because Tia is able to land those frostbite, as soon as somebody hits her or makes a turn, they are getting the frostbite, or each and every one of those frostbite is counted as a debuff, and it increases the rage of our Eren, and that's what causes us that causes every of our allies to take an additional turn, and that helps Santis to land that extra poison on the Witch of the Wind, on the witch. And yeah, that's how we are able to beat this flow. So that's the mechanic of this run. As we had seen in Queen of Tides and in Ash Magisteria, the mechanics are pretty simple. All we are doing is to ensure that a huge number of debuffs are placed on all the enemy as many times as possible, and that's what helps us to finish off this round much faster. Otherwise, you can see that Witch of the Wind, even though we had such speed, my Rodira is at 212 speed, but even then the Witch was able to move before any of our allies, and that speed difference is going to deal a lot more damage by the Witch and by the bleeds. So to avoid that, we need to get our team to 220 speed. If we are able to do that, that's fine. Okay, but I've made a team that doesn't rely on that speed difference, but basically on a lot of poisons, a lot of debuffs, and sustaining themselves for until they are able to deal sufficient damage to finish off the witch. So that's the team that I have prepared in order to cater for people who have not yet been able to reach that speed. Once you reach that speed, this dungeon is going to be pretty simple. It's going to be pretty easy, and you should be able to get those assassin sets. Okay, the best set there. I have of late also began to like the focus gear that we are getting from Witch of the Wind. I'm simply liking it quite a lot. I'm using focus in quite a lot of area, and especially in my Gemini Dragon. Of course, in order for me to get those 200 and above focus on all my heroes, I did have to use them. And because Gemini Dragon is not going to take any turn in that comp, I was able to use a lot more focus gear. So I'm trying to farm a lot more focus gear now to make my Gemini Dragon a bit more faster, so that every one of my hero are getting like over 200 focus, 100% crit and everything. So yeah, this is what Witch of the Wind, this is how we'll be dealing with Witch of the Wind. So you need to give a little bit more speed, as much speed as possible. It's not possible at early game or as a new player to get 220 speed. No, it's not possible. But yeah, if you're able to give as much speed as possible, if you're able to land all those poisons, ensure that your Santis has got 100% focus. Okay, 89. I've given her 90%, 89.9, 89.5% focus on her. And also on your Rodira, ensure that you place a 100% focus on her so that she's able to land those attack down. That reduces the damage you are taking, and it also ensures that your your Santis is also able to land her poisons as much as possible. In that way, we are able to finish off both Witch of the Wind and Tulpa stage 12 in a free-to-play way. Okay, all the heroes are easily available and you should be able to finish them off. Of course, if you do not have Levi, after our collaboration finishes, you will not be getting Levi. If you don't have Levi, then you can use any other joint attack heroes or any other fire hero like Garrel. Yeah, Garrel is a kind of a guaranteed summon at the start of increased chance of summon for new players. You can use Garrel. He can take the place of Levi in that team composition. Otherwise, you'll have to use some other fire hero, possibly Astrena, or I'm not really sure about Zacharias. I've not tested him out. Maybe I'll test him out and you can ask me in comments, and I can post in comments about it. But as of now, yeah, Levi and those heroes are more than enough for you to finish off Tulpa 12. So let me know what you think about this video. Let me know in comments what kind of heroes you have, what you want to use, what you want me to test out. Let me know in the comments, and please do like my videos and subscribe to my channel. So until next time, peace, love and blessings to all of you. Bye.